अभिदिव्यै च सुन्दराय तस्मै महाप्रेमरसप्रदाय चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। चैतन्यचन्द्राय नमो नमस्ते। जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद। जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। We were reading here. We heard about Maharaj Rahugan, the beautiful and most interesting, very unique pastime of Jada Bharat Maharaj, and the deer, and then how he preached Maharaj Rahugan. So we heard this pastime yesterday. So today we'll continue reading from here. And Jada Bharat speaks to Maharaj Rahugan, and he says that firstly, what is the perfected stage of devotional service? That is Krishna Prem, that is love of Godhead. And here, Jada Bharat says that no one can attain the perfected stage of devotional service without being favored by a great soul, a pure devotee. And this was also the basis of our discussion after the class, the question answer. So, yes, we recorded that separately and uploaded separately. So that was the basic of the discussion, that why, when Bharat Maharaj came in the body of the deer, why was he not directly taken to Golok Vrindavan if he had the complete consciousness? So we discussed that in detail. And one of the most important points is without being favored by a great soul or a pure devotee. No one can attain the perfectional stage of devotional service. If somebody is following the four regulative principles of scriptures, somebody is very nicely practicing sannyas ashram, or somebody is practicing very, very diligently their grihastha ashram, their grihastha life, taking care of the family and householder duties and taking care of the children and the other members and everybody, parents, and or if somebody is a great student of spiritual science, is doing spiritual science, studies the Vedas, uh, studies Srimad Bhagavatam, studies Bhagavad Gita, and doing it as a very diligently, all the shlokas are learned very nicely, everything is done very nicely. Or somebody is doing severe austerities, certain penances for their realization. All of these things cannot help one to attain the perfectional stage. Only if somebody is favored by a pure devotee, it is important to do these stages, because when somebody is sincere in their not do these stages, my mistake, it is important for someone to read the to read Bhagavad Gita or read Srimad Bhagavatam, to hear from bona fide devotees. All this is very, very important, to chant the holy names of the Lord. When the Lord sees that there is sincerity, then the Lord sends the dear devotee to such a person. Then, in fact, somebody also comes to this stage of chanting or listening to Krishna Katha because of the favor of a
The
devotee.
favor of a devotee.
So, unless one is favored by a devotee, it is not possible. Somebody will not come into this Krishna consciousness. Somebody will not be able to engage in devotional service only if not favored by a devotee. And when favored by a pure devotee, then such a person gets to the perfectional stage of devotional service. Similarly, when the atheist Hiranyakashipu asked his son Prahlad Maharaj how he had attained such a devotional attitude, Hiranyakashipu said in a different way. He meant to say that your father is such a great king, he is the king of all the demons. How did you get so attached into this devotional service, this attitude of worshipping the enemy clan? Because Vishnu is enemy clan for Hiranyakashipu. So that was his mood. But he asked this question that, okay, how did you get into this attitude? The boy replied that as long as one is not favored by the dust of the feet of pure devotees, one cannot even touch the path of devotional service, which is the solution to all the problems of material life. So, solution to all the problems of material life is actually devotional service. And unless one gets the dust of the lotus feet of pure devotees, they will not be able to come to the path of devotional service only. What to speak of the perfect stage. So this is the verdict of Prahlad Maharaj from Srimad Bhagavatam 7.5.32. Thus, Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Sri Sanatan Goswami that all scriptures stress the association with pure devotees of the Lord. The opportunity to associate with a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord is the beginning of one's complete perfection. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.18.13, where it is said that the facilities and benedictions one achieves by associating with a pure devotee are incomparable. The facilities and the benedictions one achieves by associating with a pure devotee are incomparable. They cannot be compared to anything, neither elevation to the heavenly kingdom nor liberation from the material energy. These things are nowhere close to being compared also actually. Lord Sri Krishna also confirms this in the most confidential instruction in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, 64th text and text number 65, wherein he tells Arjun, सर्वगुह्यतमं भूयः शृणु मे परमं वचः इष्टोऽसि मे दृढम् इति ततो वक्ष्यामि ते हितम्. And then again he repeats this verse, uh, the same instruction. Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mame veshyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. My dear Arjun, you are my affectionate friend and relative, and therefore I am imparting to you this most confidential knowledge for your benefit. Just become always mindful of me. So, this is such a clear instruction. Just become always mindful of me in every situation, being mindful of Krishna, that this is happening because of Krishna's will. I want to do this to please Krishna. If a situation has come where my heart wants to do something, my mind is saying something else, always reach out for guidance. What is right for me? Then Krishna is saying, become my constant devotee. Not that whenever there is a problem, dukkha, and then you are becoming a devotee, but when there is a fun time, then you are just doing your sadhana for the sake of doing it. Krishna is saying, become my constant devotee. Become my constant worshipper. Constantly worship me. And become a soul surrendered to me. That is, Krishna is saying that accept my plans. Accept when there is something good happening to you, accept it as my plan for you and accept it. Go ahead with my plan. If something very good is happening, don't jump and forget me. In that happiness, jumping around that, oh wow, now things are fine, now I'm settled. Don't forget, be a soul surrendered to me. This is also Krishna's plan, that is also Krishna's plan. But be my constant worshipper, be my constant devotee, be always mindful of me. So no matter what the situation is, stress, distress or happiness, no, doesn't matter. Constantly just be my devotee. Remember me all the time. Never forget me. Only in this way will you be sure to achieve my abode. Because you are my very dear friend, I hereby disclose to you this most confidential knowledge. Pratijane priyo asime. You are very dear to me, and therefore I am mam evaishasi satyamte. Therefore I am giving you this, disclosing this truth, this highest truth, this secret of all secrets. Such a direct instruction from Lord Krishna is very important than any other Vedic injunction or regulative service. No matter what other scriptures are saying, what paddhati is given, this is for all the paddhatis are ultimately to lead to what is Krishna's will. Matlab, ultimately the purpose is that we want to go to Krishna, because Krishna is God. So no matter what all the scriptures are saying, ultimately what is the purpose? To get to that level of God, whatever the connection is with God. If we see it in a very plain logic, that ultimately scriptures, all the scriptures, whether this caste, this creed, this religion, whatever it may be, what is the ultimate purpose? To understand God, to understand our relationship with God, to understand what is our duty, what is our constitutional position. It is a connection with God, so that to establish that relationship. Now, here, Krishna is giving a direct instruction. That same God is giving a direct instruction, and that is more important than any other Vedic injunction or regulative service. So, what I have read, what can I understand with my limited intelligence? Here, Krishna is giving a direct instruction, and our acharyas are giving very clear purports and clear translations and clear understanding what we should do. There are certainly many Vedic injunctions, ritualistic and sacrificial performances, regulative duties, meditative techniques, and speculative process for attaining knowledge. But Krishna's direct order, just give up everything else and become my devotee, become my worshipper, should be taken as the final order of the Lord and should be followed. If one is simply convinced of this direct order of the Lord in the Bhagavad Gita, he becomes attached to Krishna's devotional service and gives up all other engagements. One will undoubtedly attain success if somebody is able to do this. Gives up all other engagements doesn't mean that somebody has to leave doing their duties. No. Gives up all other engagements means gives anything that is pratikul to the instruction given by Lord Krishna. If somebody's association is forcing me to do something which is not which is prohibited, or doesn't fall under the four regulative principles, as in it is not abiding the four regulative principles, we should understand that this is pratikul to Krishna's instructions, and therefore such an engagement should be given up. Therefore, we need guidance. What is required for me in this situation? If using my own intelligence, if I think that no, I have to do this is my duty, then we are in dangerous waters. To confirm this statement, in Srimad Bhagavatam 11.20.9, Krishna says that one should follow other paths of self-realization only as long as one is not convinced of that is Lord Krishna's direct order to become his devotee. So if somebody is not convinced with Krishna's direct order, then they can follow other paths of self-realization. It is the conclusion of the Srimad Bhagavatam and Srimad Bhagavad Gita that the direct order of the Supreme Lord is to give up everything and engage in devotional service. Anything that is not favorable, not suitable for devotional service should be given up. Anything that is not in line with devotional service, anything that is not acceptable to Lord Krishna should be given up. This is the direct order. So, okay, we have 2 more minutes. Firm conviction that one should execute the order of the Lord is known as faith. So nice. Here there is definition of faith, understanding of faith. What is faith? Firm conviction that one should execute the order of the Supreme Lord is known as faith. Many people say that I have faith, this is my faith, that is my faith. Ultimately, faith is that somebody has firm conviction that whatever the Lord has instructed, whatever the Lord has ordered me, that is what I have to execute. That is called faith. Firm conviction in the instruction of the Lord. That is faith. One who has faith is firmly convinced that simply by rendering devotional service to Lord Krishna, all the other activities are automatically performed, including the ritualistic duties, the sacrifices, yoga, speculative pursuit of knowledge, etc. In fact, devotional service to the Lord includes everything. So here, so all these ritualistic duties and all, so many people do this havan, then there is pitri, in the pitri paksha they do pitri puja, all these things. Then some other ritualistic, many people, when the first day of the year or something, they will do puja of all their they will do Ganesh ji, puja of Ganesh ji, puja of Lakshmi ji, so that more wealth can come. So all these are ritualistic duties. This is done in order to get some material benefit. In short, it is all sense gratification. So all these things automatically they are done. If somebody is not going separately and praying to any other thing, even then it is to be understood that all the other sages, all the other saints, the demigods, everyone is completely satisfied when one is serving Lord Krishna. So only Supreme Lord Krishna is like the root of the plant, of the tree. So when you water the root, the entire plant is satisfied. You don't have to separately go and water each leaf and each branch like that. That is not required. So just like that, that is what is being said here. That one who has complete faith, that simply by rendering devotional service to Lord Krishna, all the other activities are automatically performed. If somebody is, if somebody is has a very likes to do charity, when somebody is doing charity in Krishna conscious activities, one should know that the best charity is already done, and therefore there is no need to put their money in any other form of charity. It is not required. Krishna conscious activities is one who has given their life to preach about this, one who is distributing Krishna prasadam, one who is taking care of the cows, because cows are very dear to Lord Krishna. Not just that, there are many other reasons why cows should be protected. Srila Prabhupada also explained this in great detail, that cows, they are giving us milk, which is the basis of everything. Like children are given milk. There are so many items, food items that can be made from that milk. Curd. There is we have cheese, we have paneer, all these things. So many things. And it is not just the milk and the milk products, but otherwise also, if we study the this physiology, or how the working inside the cow's body is happening, there are so many things that are so surprising. Even now scientists are continuously doing so many experiments and seeing that every part of the cow is so potent to actually it can cure so many diseases. That the hump that is there on the back of the cow, the uh, so the deshi cows, they will have this kind of a hump. It attracts the solar energy, and it is storing solar energy. So many things, so many vibrations that is emanated from the body of the cow can actually cure us in so many different ways, can take care of the environment in so many different ways. So cows are very, very special, and they are very dear to Lord Krishna. So cow protection is a very important thing. So anybody serving cows is a very, very big service, because it is also Lord Krishna's dear service. So these kind of services, when somebody is rendering, these are called devotional services. So these are not karma kandi. These are not ritualistic duties or sacrifices. Somebody doing it for money, somebody doing it for profit of their business, somebody doing for shanti of their household. So people do Satyanarayan puja. The sole purpose of doing these kind of puja is basically in order to have like peace in the home. That is also sense gratification, that we want peace in the home. For that, whatever havan is required, let's do all that. So all this is karma kandi. So none of these things are really required. If somebody is just doing sankirtan, rendering devotional service to Lord Krishna, everything else is taken care. So we'll pause here. Krishna willing, we'll continue reading tomorrow. Thank you very much for your association. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंतकोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। श्री जय पताका स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।
हरी हरी बोल।
श्रीलक्ष्मी करुणामयी माता जी की
की
जय।
जय।
नित्यानंद
हरि हरि बोल।
गौरांग कुटी भक्त
हरि
वृंद
हरि बोल।
की जय।
जय।
जय।